idea. Experiencias de días son las que te moldean. Cada momento diseñado antes que yo naciera. No temo a la tormenta, mis raíces tan profundas. Aquel que espera el clima esté perfecto nunca siembra. Si quiero obra maestra, entonces manos a la obra. Donde hay un DeLorean, venimos a crear el futuro. Sé quien Dios te diseño y cambiarás al mundo entero. Todo el mundo con la mano. Este viaje comienza y me siento tan inspirado. Ahí la rompemos algo así pero más duro. Yo tengo garantía, contigo estoy seguro. Tengo mucho flow, mucho flow, mucho flow. Este sueño es de Dios, es de Dios, es de Dios. Si no sabes, you know, now you know, now you know. Esta es una aventura, here we go, here we go.
La mejor música, solo en Tu Voz Radio.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Bendiciones. Mi nombre es Jan Barrientos y quiero invitarte a descargar la aplicación Tu Voz Radio para que escuches buena música y un mensaje positivo para tu vida.
De ti, yo quiero más de tu amor, anhelo servirte, mi Señor, con mi corazón.
Muy buenos días, toda mi gente de Tu Voz Radio. Bienvenidos a este segmento. Hoy en Acelerados. Estoy sola, tengo un invitado especial en el día de hoy, pero quiero saludarlos y decirles que, bueno, se conecten, que comparten el programa. Nos estamos escuchando a través de nuestras redes sociales y también a través de nuestra aplicación. Pero bueno, sin más, quiero presentarles a mi invitado en el día de hoy. Es primera vez en los 3 años de Tu Voz Radio que tenemos un invitado de esta cultura. Yo sé que las chicas se van a volver locas, pero espero que no, chicas, espero que no. Cálmense. Vamos a ver si lo puedo saludar en su idioma. Y vamos a ver. Okay, I have a special guest this morning, and his name is Song.
Hello.
Hello. Let me see if I can say hello in Korean.
Okay.
안녕하세요.
That is correct.
Yes.
Good job.
Thank you. And then how I can say if I don't want to call you Song, how I can say 안녕하세요.
My name in Korean or
Your name is Song, right?
it is Song. I mean, my full Korean first name would be Song-Gwon, but in America, Song is my legal first name, so they just call me Song.
Okay. Hi Song, how you doing today?
Muy bien. I'm doing fine.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, Song speak a little bit Spanish, so yeah, you can share your words in Spanish with
I
us.
wouldn't say that. Just not even a little bit, just few words.
A few words. Well, same. Few words in Korean, but you know, I'm learning.
Good.
I say the beginning is the first time in 3 years we have, I guess, like you from Korean Tell me
Mhm.
a little bit about yourself. Some
Okay, so um, I was born and raised in Korea, Seoul, South Korea. And I moved to US when I was 12 years old. And I went to middle, high school and college in US. And
Mhm.
later, at the end or early in my 30s, I decided to join the Army, US Army. It's a little bit late, uh, but there was a great purposes, the goals that I wanted to achieve. So yes, it was a little tough physically, but in the beginning, but yeah, I
Okay.
think it's worth to join.
And what is the reason you decide to be in the army? What made
Uh,
you choose that way?
uh, for realistic reasons, I can say, I guess the benefits that you can have and opportunities to serve this country as an immigrant. Um,
Mhm.
I'm not saying the only immigrants can serve this country, but giving immigrants uh, an opportunity to serve this country. But for the benefits, great benefits, I will get to it later. But briefly, I guess biggest benefit is when you're looking for a job or professional career, having the military background in your resume and experiences, it is very um, valuable time, and I guess
Especially here, right? In United States.
in US for like any US companies. Um, I actually had an experience going through the interviews processes, and not getting hired because of
Mhm.
there were other candidates that had not just U.S. Army but military in general experiences. And after that, I discovered the military uh, and researched about it online, and then I found out that okay, it would be a good idea to just have in my resume. That's how I, got interested and have foot in the door of the military. But later, it kind of changed. Instead of joining and then just serving for my initial term and then get out, I
Mhm.
actually learned a lot of different things and seen stuff that I would never be able to see outside the army. So that kind of made me stay a little longer.
I see. How many years do you have in the army right now?
So I'll say about 5 years and 6 months. Yes.
5 years and 6 months. Wow, that's a long time. How many?
Compared to other people who's doing 20 years, it's not. That,
Wow, really? 20?
that's when people retire from the military. Most of the people.
Wow. Yes, it's a lot. And then you time there, you see a lot of service and sacrifice.
Hmm.
And can you tell us a little about that? Like,
Service sacrifices. I'll say most sacrifices come from your family members.
hmm,
Because usually, every so many years, I'll say about 3 years. It could be depend on the situations for each individuals, but usually every 2 years, people need to uh, move around to different stations, different assignments, and people also get deployed to different countries,
hmm,
missions, so that family member there'll be a lot of time by themselves, especially uh, if you have a wife and kids, they'll be
hmm.
you know uh,
Little hard, right?
they'll be themselves for a couple months, could be years.
Wow, really? Years?
Uh, again, I said depends, but
Okay.
it's not gonna be over a year most of the case, most time. Um, but again, a lot of moving. So your family member, like your spouse, and kids will never really have time to settle down in one town. They'll be
Mhm.
constantly moving. So moving itself, talking about in general, it's not easy, right? You gotta pack, unpack, and then getting a job in different cities or registering your kids to school. It's just a lot of work. Yeah.
Yes, I can see. I mean, understand that. I just saw in movies. I don't have friends
Hmm.
who, um, I don't have friends who then be in the army for a long
Hmm.
time, and well, I can imagine it's really hard if the military have a family and then have to move for another country and start again. If you are just a couple, that can be like not really hard, but with kids and family already is kind of hard.
Yes. Um, Tonight, sorry, this morning, I just want to give you more, I guess, realistic answers that the audience can, mm, or could not see on the movies or social media.
Mm.
Because when they think about army or military in general, oh, I've seen this war movie or military movie where people go out with the weapons and fight, but that's not what all the military do. There's a lot of behind scene other the jobs it's within the military that people have, not just fighting. So
Okay, can you
moving and
um
sacrifice on wives. Those are the things people usually don't think about, right? So I can't go in too deep, but I can still give you some ideas or the side that uh, most of the people have not heard about or seen before.
okay, yeah. Well, I have a few questions here. Some one of the question is like, what is the requirements to join the military or the army?
So um, I'm not the recruiter, so I can't give you
Correct answer.
no, no, I can give you some correct answers, but not all the answers people might have. I highly recommend those people to just knock on
Okay.
the recruiting office that you can see on the streets on your towns. I know um, uh, usually those offices are next to each other, all the branches, ones like Navy, Army, or Air Force. But you can anytime knock on their doors and they'll be happily able to assist you. But in general speaking, there are two sides in military in any branch. One's enlisted, and one is officer route. For enlist members, only thing you need is high school diploma or GED. Um,
Mm-hmm.
ages will be between 17 to 35 years old, and you just have to be medically and morally physically fitted.
Okay.
Meaning that can't be too much overweighted and also can't be too underweighted. Um,
Oh.
yes, you need to eat more, And for the legal status, many people will be wondering about this. For
Mhm.
enlist members, you can join with a permanent resident card, like other words, green card, or obviously U.S. citizenship. And you will take an exam called ASVAB, um, like some type of like SAT, joining the college. But there's like 10 criteria that they are or you are gonna test it on, and
Mhm.
you have to meet a certain score to secure the job within the army that you want. Depends on the scores, there will be jobs that you can choose from. So you might want to prepare studying those tests before you go in take the test. On the other side, the officers is pretty much the same, but you cannot become an officer with green card. Only U.S. citizenship holders will have it. Also, you will need a bachelor's degree in any major to become an officer. And
Okay.
unlike enlisted, you will be interviewed, and it will take a little bit longer process to get approved and then commissioned as an officer.
Okay, let me see. And then if the person don't have green card or United citizenship, then can be in the army?
Um, Generally speaking, no. There's some other programs such as MAVNI. As long as your legal status in U.S. under certain visas, right, then you can get selected to uh, become a military member. But that's like winning a lottery.
Oh, okay.
Every year, they'll announce, okay, this year we will pick up about 7,000 across the nation on Mavni, and it only happens like once a year. So right, so if you don't make it, and then you just have to wait. But also need to. I'm pretty sure having a higher education has a better chance. At least like a bachelor's degree or higher. Um, I had a friend back in the days who waited 7 years to pick up, have picked up by Mavni program. But
Really?
this kind of special programs, it changes timely. So sometimes they can have other special programs, so it comes in and go. So it's just better to ask your local recruiters about more better answers for this one.
Okay, okay. Well, but I think you answers is enough for for have some knowledge about it.
Yeah,
So
one thing I didn't go over the age limit for officers, little low than the enlisted. Like I said, for the enlisted members, it was between 17 to 35, right?
17? Wow. Good job,
17
right?
to join, and
Mm.
officers will be 17, but under 31. It's a little low. No,
Okay.
yes. But again, in military, everything has waivers. For instance, if you're over 35, maybe 36, 37, but wants to join the enlisted, hey, there's a waiver, age limit waiver. So as long as Army proves it, like if you meet all other criteria and requirements, they say, okay, we'll let you in. So it can happen. So if you're over 35, don't get discouraged and not thinking about it. But hey, again, it's case by case. And there's waivers for all other requirements too. But I'm sure for U.S. The legal status, it enforced strictly, so they can't waive anything about the status.
I see. Wow. Interesting. Okay.
Yes,
Yes. Oh, okay. So
yes,
you've been there for like 5 years and 8 months, you say?
about yeah.
Okay. What is then the more difficult time in the army?
I'll be honest with you. It'll be different for each one of everyone. For me, when the basic training, the first training that you gotta go through, it's other word they call it boot camp, right?
Okay.
It was physically and mentally tough because yes, I was a little bit old to get challenged by other soldiers who joined right after high school. So I've been with 17, 18, 19, usually those age ranges people to physically trained. And they might need maybe a couple hours or maybe a day to recover. But
Oh.
for me, it took days to recover after any
You
kind of
don't look
training.
Awesome.
But my body says, "Hey, I need time. I need the time to rest, time to recover."
Okay.
But mentally was very challenging as well because when you go in, I don't know, maybe it changed after COVID, but before COVID,
Mm.
uh, no phone for entire training, which was about 10 weeks, right?
Wow.
And no social media, like no TV, no newspaper, nothing. So you pretty much you're uh, separated from
The
the rest of the world.
war. Yeah.
All you talk to is the drill sergeants or your instructors or your peers. You can write a hand letter to your
Mm-hmm.
whoever you want to, and they'll if they write you back, then hey, you get something from your family. But it takes
Mm.
about 2 weeks to get here,
Two
to
weeks.
get to where you're at. Yes, it takes time, so there's a little bit of a delay. But every night, when the training's over, when the curfew time comes, and then you're about to go to bed, uh, it's, you will get to think about a lot of things about your life. Um, one of the things would be like, why did I join the army? Like you know, this is challenge, and also
Yes.
me, I was I was never really separated from family for that long
Mm-hmm.
time, right? So I thought about my family a lot, and again, also with relationship with God, because we can talk about it little more later. But I was going to church, and I was uh, the believer for a long time.
Yes.
But I haven't gone to church. There's a time of period that I not attend the church for, um, and when I was in basic training, I started going to church again every Sunday in the military church within the base. And yes, I asked God a lot of questions like, well, what's your calling here? Why am I here? And because I was really um, I was really exhausted, every week, and looking for the date to get out of there, you know. But
Oh,
yes,
I
I
see.
those 10 weeks, I still remember every time, multiple times a day, and especially before I go to sleep during the night, I read the Bible, read some Christian books, and mostly prayed, because for me it was a very tough time. Uh,
Mm.
Other than that, once you get through all the trainings, uh, it's just then afterward, just going to special or these unique military schools. So it depends on the what school requires, like anything with the physical level or mental level. It could be challenging. And I, I've attended a couple military funerals, and yes, that's also very emotionally challenging, even though you don't really know that person personally,
Mhm.
but attending and hearing what he or she has been done, and um, grieving from their family members is just um, very tough time as a fellow, the the soldiers.
Yeah, sounds sad. Sounds really sad.
Mhm.
What you shared with us. Um, but that's the beginning. Just the
Mm.
beginning.
Of course, it's not the only hard side of the army. There's much more fun side, um, and professional side, and daily job, deployment opportunities, special event. There's a lot more things. Um,
Yes, definitely. Um, when you was there in that moment, in that difficult moment for you, so and you want to go to church and see your family, and when you was talking to God, you may question what is the purpose to be there.
mhm.
Um, God answered to you.
um,
Oh,
Personally,
what? Yeah.
I did not really have any direct answer from the God. Um, that time. Every
Okay.
time I try to believe, oh, that was his answer, will be a few, you know, month or years after what has happened. And when I look back and, oh, okay, maybe this is what he actually meant and what he wanted me to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess people have different way to receive, the answers or callings, right? And for me, it
Yes.
was not like at the moment or coming, God showing up on my dream and say like, oh, hey, so here I am, and this is what you want to do. No, it'll be more like showing me through, I guess, certain situations and the result of what I had tried or have. So at the moment, I did not really know why, but as I think about it more and more, why I joined the army, I can kind of grasp some ideas. Maybe because I wouldn't be doing great the
Mm-hmm.
time that I joined the army if I didn't join the army. So I think the best I guess the chance that I had for that moment would be, hey, let's go let's serve a few years in the army and see what you can see uh that you didn't see uh outside the army, and maybe it will give you a better idea what you want to do for the rest of your life or do for me. I think that's what I that's the answer that I got from the God.
Okay. That's great. At least you get answer, right?
I try to believe there was an answer.
I hope so. I think that's the answer. Um okay. So son, do you recommend is a lot of people watching us right now, and we have like different people like age,
Hmm.
uh so do you recommend the boys or the young people who is Christians to be in the army? What do you recommend for them?
uh so if you yes, I'll say yes for now, but I'll add some more reasons why. One, if you'd be better and great if you have goal that what you're trying to get from through the army, because now you
Okay.
have motivated, driven, you have purpose to go through all the hardships and the times, but if you don't really have goal, or I don't know what I want to do, but I can't just sit at home, I want
Mhm.
a job but I can't get hired, if you don't really know or have an idea about your life, like army can answer. Army can also give you, hey, I'll show you, and then you can choose it from. So both ways, it will benefit their lives. Uh,
Mhm.
I'm just saying it's better, and you might get to get to your goal quicker if you know what you're doing, what you want from the army.
Okay.
Yes. As a parents, I don't think you will have to worry about sending your kids to the military service. Yes, there's some, suicidals,
Mhm.
or some accident happens during the training, or just a time, regular days. But if
Really?
you think, if you think about it,
Achicha.
yeah, but if you think about it, it happens everywhere. It's not just in the army, but
Mhm.
social media and the news they just emphasize it. Oh, in the army that happened. That so people think like it happens more often in the army or the military.
Yeah.
But it's really not. The rate is not really high. It's just same as outside the army. Just people
Okay.
look at it that way.
Son, let me ask you this. This is not questions
Yeah.
we have, but I just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
The like some people mean there and make like bullying or
Hazing, bullying and hazing.
mhm.
I mean, we are okay. I can't really say. Um,
Take
yes,
your time. Take your time.
I'm partially representing the army, but I can't really say, oh, this is
Like you
what
don't have
we do.
experience like that.
We don't have what we do. I can say we, but I, like personally, I can say that
Mm-hmm.
army has a um, sharp and EO programs, which is that prevents anything, sexual or the opportunities, equal opportunities. Those are what they're stand for. They have zero tolerance on those cases. And including the bullying and hazing, because they kind of, I guess, falls under EO, equal opportunity, means like
Mm.
race, religion, color of your skin, and all the other things. So it will happen. It will happen. But again, this is how you look at it from the aspect of numbers. It happens outside the army. So whatever happens outside the army, it will happen in the army. But if it gets caught, then it's gonna get handled more strictly than
Mm-hmm.
civilian side, where it can go to report it to like a police station, right?
Okay.
And then maybe it's not gonna uh, punish some people hard enough. But in the army, like if something like that happens, pretty much you are getting removed from the service. You will get kicked out. So yes, there will be cases, but it will be handled a lot more strictly and properly. So don't have to worry about it.
Okay. Okay. I believe you, and
Okay.
it's true. Uh, I think you guys have like a special department who like if something happens, people can go there and report
Yes.
the accident or the situation, right?
Mhm.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, I have another questions
Okay.
here. Is danger to be in the military? Well, I think you answered that before.
Yeah. So partially I did. So most of
Mm-hmm.
the times, uh, it will be depends on you what job you have. Again, you you might see a lot of times in the movies on screens that people like very big, tall, physically fitted warriors, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
those members, have the job to be on the front line to, like fight with enemy forces. But again,
Wow.
there be a job where people fly just helicopters or planes, just flying all day. And some people will be like a CIA, like a secret agents, like they won't be in the uniform, but they're searching, recon the areas, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they don't really fight. They're collecting the intels, right? Informations. So most of them you see on the TV or the movies are correct at the general, I guess, description of the jobs. For those ones, it might be dangerous.
Okay.
Might be dangerous. But only time that when they are on the mission like that. But most times when they're not mission, they're back home in states, and they will be, working in the office, just attending a lot of meetings and spending time with family members. That's the one good thing about the military. If you're uh, in a peacetime, meaning that you're not deployed or in a wartime, right?
Mm-hmm.
Army want you to have spent time with your family members um, as much as possible. So that's a good thing. If you have kids, if they need to go to see a doctor or need to get released early from school for whatever reason, and you can say, "Hey," to your boss, "Hey, I need to go pick up my kid," and they're like, "Okay, go ahead." They don't they're very
Flexible.
flexible and helpful. Anything that comes with the family and issues. Family is always the first.
Okay.
Because that's the least they can do. Because what if you get deployed and then you pretty much ends your life there, and it's too late to spend time with your family members, right? So
Mhm.
they're pretty much trying to help you to compensate that issues. Like, hey, as, when you can spend time with your family members, So
Okay.
dangerous. It depends on the jobs. But again, anything can happen. Even drivers, just driving trucks, could die in a simple accident. So,
That's true.
but
That's
if you
true.
think about, hey, I think military is too dangerous to join. Then, I mean, I have nothing to say because, it really doesn't. But
Mm.
what you've seen on the screens, if you want to believe that way, then I have to say yes, that's also true, but that's not everything.
Okay.
It's not the everything. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Got it. Oh, whew. Okay. Good to know that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
sometimes I'm just gonna say this one more thing. Some
Yeah.
jobs you don't really do much. You sit back in the office and look at the computer screens. That's it all day long. So people
Yeah.
might say, "Oh, that's great," but hey, doing it for years, you might be bored. Just 8 hours a day or maybe longer, just sitting and staring at the screen or picking up the phone calls. Maybe some these people that I know, they want to get outside the office. They want to do something active. Please let me deploy to different country. I want times outside the office. So it's case by case.
Okay. Yes.
Mhm.
Well, yes, I think it's a balance, like if you do that kind of job, be in the computer all day for like 10 years, of
Mhm.
course, you're going to feel like I want to do another thing or
Mhm.
something else. So it's understandable.
And it's a sad joke but it's a little bit true that you sometimes wonder the obvious people, like bad people,
Mm.
and then you learn that, oh, he's in military or she is in military. How? I thought they have to physically fit, right? Maybe they've been in the military service for quite a while, and you can probably guess they're the ones sitting in the office. you know,
Yes.
it's a bad example. So
Okay. Thanks for sharing that with us. What do you think if we're going to like listen some music and come back? We have like two more questions, and after that, we're done for today.
all right, let's come.
Okay. Let's see. Do you like
Christian music?
fast music or
I don't know. I like the intro music.
you like the intro music? Okay. Sí, ok. Ok, mi gente, ya venimos. Esto es Tus Mañanas con Tu Voz Radio.
Días buenos, días malos, días grises, días claros. Esos son parte de la historia y no me puedo detener. Temor invade
Ese día a día sol que te moldea, cada momento diseñado antes que yo naciera. No temo a la tormenta, mis raíces tan profundas. El que espera el clima esté perfecto nunca siembra. Si quiero obra maestra, entonces manos a la obra. Donde hay un DeLorean, venimos a crear el futuro. Sé quien Dios te diseño y cambiarás al mundo entero.
Nada nos detiene. Somos tu voz radio.
Así es, mi gente, estamos de vuelta aquí en Tu Voz Radio. Okay, we have like 2 questions
Okay.
more, and then we have already 40 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's like, you know what? I don't feel like it was too long.
Right. It felt like 20 minutes.
Yeah, something like that. That's great. Okay, so what is the benefits to join the army?
As you most of you know already that biggest thing will be like the education and the medical. When you serve more than 3 years in active duty, you'll get to use your tuition. There's other programs, side programs for helping your tuition cost. If you decide to go do your either a bachelor or master, but yeah, they will help with your tuition. Most of the times, public schools is 100% covered. Even with the private schools, I'm talking about the college, right?
Okay.
They have something called Yellow Ribbon Program. If that private school participative program, and they will also cover the difference that you might have to pay out of your pocket. They can split with the army, and the school will pay cover the differences that army cannot cover with only the tuition program. It's called GI Bill. You can search it up on Google, GI Bill. But that's the name of the program. For the medical, it's called TRICARE. You can also search it on the Google. Your family members, 100% covered. Whether you're going to the military hospital or just regular hospital, in case of emergencies, or depends on the location of your residence. You can go, for instance, if you go to emergency room, right? It costs a lot, right? Thousands of grants, right? Just being there for a few hours. Don't worry about it. You don't pay anything. Zero. You pay nothing.
Wow, really?
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah. So even with the if you decide to go to military hospital, any prescribed medicines, anything, not just physical but behavioral assistance, something with your brain, TBI, or like PTDS, anything like that. They have also good programs, or if they cannot help you with that, they can refer you to, I guess, better professionals that army can provide. So it is very, very good benefit that you can have. So you don't have to worry about anything. And yes, you'll pay the insurance fee for that, but not as much as you think. It just comes off of your paycheck a little bit, but it covers. You could be, you don't have to worry about anything. It is very nice.
Okay. I'm thinking about go join the army. I don't think I can.
Side note, some recently, like I think last year or 2 years ago, the 2 American rappers, like rap artists, they were offered by the army to join as staff sergeant. It's
Wow.
like middle the rank in the army, like as special as staff sergeants. So we have some rappers in army now, and they're also recruiting gamers. Like if you're good at games, they have a job um,
For
where you
gamers.
every day you just play games. Obviously, you have still need to be physically fit and met the standards. You'll be
Mhm.
on the trainings and stuff, but your daily duty will be playing games, get better, and then attending tournaments, right? And
Wow.
the whole purpose of that is represents the army, like in those tournaments on the social media. Hey,
Uh-huh.
we army also promote this people with this kind of specialties. So yeah, there's a lot more than what you see on the TV. It's pretty fun.
Yes, it sounds pretty interesting. Now I feel more curious about that. Thanks for share all the information. I know um, your time is very um, busy, your schedule,
Mhm.
but thanks for share that information with us in this moment.
Okay.
Okay, so what can you say for the young generation and also the parents who is listening to you in this moment?
Um. Again, uh, first thing you always have to remember is the relationship with God, right? And always ask for um what He wants, how He can be presented in your life. Um,
Mhm.
some people, uh, uh, some cases, you'll be doing your job through, the military forces, because military is not just about fighting, but keeping. The purpose of those fighting is to keeping the peace, right? So that we don't have to fight anymore. So, don't think like, oh, it's against the Bible, we can kill people. If also last piece of information, if you don't want to fight, if you don't ever want to hold a weapon, right?
Mhm.
There's a job that called like a religious, like something like religious affair specialist. That means, for instance, in every unit that you work at in the army, I have a chaplain. um,
Okay.
they had on their uniform, you will see the cross. That means, oh, he's a Christian chaplain. Some of chaplain will be like Buddhist, different religions, right? So
Mhm.
those people, by the regulation in the army, they don't have to hold a weapon, because they're saying, hey, I have an oath thing that I can't kill people. Then you can choose that job.
Wow,
Um,
that's nice.
yes. So yeah, that's one thing. So don't worry about it. It's not always dangerous job. But for parents, hey, don't hesitate to send your kids to military, because while your kids in service, they can go to school for free.
Mhm.
If they decide to go to school afterward, that's also free. Um, and you don't have to worry about the college tuitions, getting a student loan, and anything like that. They'll have a great knowledge and experience and professionalism. They'll become an adult when they get out. For kids, hey, if you don't know what you want to do for your life, don't know about your career, hey, it's one way to find out, while you're getting paid and obtaining professional skills and careers. It'll be a lot better than just sitting at home and doing nothing. For the people who has the goals achieve uh, on your life, military can help. It'll be great help, especially you're looking for the job in the US. At the end, it will pay off. That's pretty much I can say.
Okay, that's great. Kumawayo-san.
De nada.
Okay, thank you so much for being the program, son. It was glad to have you with us, and then thanks for share that information, I think is pretty interesting, and I know the people going to enjoy it, to have this knowledge about the
Right,
army.
it's been about what 51 minutes by now, but and I think I only gave you 90, maybe 1% of what I can, tell you guys. But that's how quick it was. It felt like 20-25 minutes. But me saying that it was just a little piece of the information
Mhm.
was 15 minutes. Hey, rest of the answers, your local recruiters got it. Uh, I'm not trying to promote the army. I'm not here to say, hey, you must join the army, but it could be one, and it's one of the good, options that your kids or yourself can have it.
Considering, yeah.
Consider, yes.
Yes, I listen some parents
Mm-hmm.
to then want to send the kids for the army.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so then want information about it. That's the reason when I meet you and I say, yes, you are the perfect person to know, to share that information with us, because
Yeah.
we have some young people who want to go and enjoy the army. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really nice to have the information. And I know it's a lot of things to say about the army, but in another time.
Yeah, sure.
In another time. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, uh, Son, for being with us in this moment. I hope you enjoyed and come back.
Okay, I really enjoyed. Thanks for listening and watching, everyone. Yeah. Maybe if I get another chance next time, I'll come up with more information. Hopefully, you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.
Okay. Bye, Son.
Bye bye.
안녕. 안녕.
안녕. Adios.